Hey guys, this is Haley Garcia coming at you with another video from Sweetwater Ranch. So today basically what we're doing is we are about to plant our herb garden. We are going to plant some flax, which I will have my mother sort of explain to you hopefully by the end of the video. She knows a little more about that than I do. We're also going to plant some Swiss chard seeds. We only have 3, but we're going to try it out for the first time. And we've got some herbs that we're going to plant today. We've got lavender, rosemary, and a couple of other ones as well, so that we can start growing our own herbs to cook with and make our soaps and balms and salves with. But we are going to show you how to plant them and then tell you a little more about the plant at the end of the video. We are also going to breed some rabbits today, but that will be in a separate video. But let's get started and let's get our hands dirty. Okay, so we are working on the hole for our tomato plants. Yay! So what the boys did yesterday is they tilled up the ground from where me and Mom threw some alpaca poop and rabbit poop, sheep poop, stuff like that, just to fertilize the ground a little bit. And they tilled it up and made us a little garden. And now Mom is making holes for our tomato plants. Yay! So this tomato plant is a Better Boy hybrid tomato. These will produce sort of medium-sized tomatoes, not the big ones like the giants, but not the small ones like the just the ones that you pop in your mouth and eat like my mom does. Cherry tomatoes. But this is what we're gonna plant first, and again, it's called Better Boys, so let's get it in the ground. So this tomato plant is the red beefsteak tomatoes. They get really, really big, and they're really good if you want, you know, like a big slice of tomato for a tomato sandwich. That sounds really good right now, but I ain't got tomatoes. So let's get them growing so I can get a sandwich. So right now my mom is making a hole for our lavender plant, and what we are learning how to do this. We've never planted lavender before, but what we have read, you have to plant it where the roots are level with the ground and then lightly pack it down. But right now she's just digging the hole. Dig-a-tana, dig-dig-a-tana, dig-a-tana. I'm singing Lion King. Okay. So right here is the top layer of the roots. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we're going to come up. You want that to be level with the ground. So now we're just covering up to the roots, level with the ground. And then smells really good. But then we're just gonna lightly pack it and spread it out just a little bit so it can grow. But as you can see, we're already starting to get some buds on it. So here pretty soon that'll be turning into purple little flowers that you can, in order to get the scent from them, you have to take the purple flower buds off and crush them up in your hand, because lavender don't really have a scent to it unless you crush it up. So once that happens, we get to smell it. Yay! Okay, so we've got our hole dug for our next thing that we're planting, except this time it's not a plant that's already grown, it's seeds. Now we have 3 Ford Hook Swiss chard seeds, which we have never done before. Basically, the only thing in this garden that we have done before are the tomatoes. So you are learning as we are learning. But basically, the instructions said to plant it a 1/2 inch deep and just lightly cover it. And then you want to put 4 to 6 seeds in one thing, and you want to plant them 18 inches apart. But currently we only have 3 because it's a sample that we got from when we got the flax seeds. So we're gonna try it and see how it works. Got my little helper up there trying to tell y'all how to do it. But so we just need 1 hole for the 3 seeds, and we're gonna get this started. So the hole is a 1/2 inch deep, not too deep. If you get it too deep, they won't grow. They'll suffocate in the ground, is what it said. So you gotta make sure it's 1/2 inch deep. And give me just 1 second to get these seeds out, and I'll show you how big the seeds are. This one just does not want to come. It's like, no, not me, not today. They're really small, and they sort of look like prickly, spiky things. But it takes about 4 or 6 of these to plant in 1 hole. So we got 3. So we're gonna plant it right there, and then just lightly cover it, just like that. Just cover it up. And that's the Swiss chard seeds. So I guess we'll find out what it tastes like, because I got no clue what it is. So now what Mom is doing is she is making a small row to plant her flax seeds, which Mom can tell you more about that. I know it makes linen. Is that what it is?
Flax seeds you can work up for flaxseed oil. You can eat the seeds, and then you work the flax up, which we'll do a video a little bit later when we have all the equipment made for it. And you take it and you work it up and you spin it into linen. And then you can weave it into linen cloth, or you can weave burlap bags and stuff with burlap.
Cool. So basically, what we have, this is our first time doing flax too. So you don't want the row to be very deep, because you don't plant them very deep. So about like the chard seeds, it's just maybe 1/4 of an inch deep, not much. And these are what the seeds look like. They're very small, and you get a whole bunch in a pack. But how far apart do you need to spread them?
Sow it.
Oh, you just sow it, just like wheat. You just drop it on the ground, just like that. Just like wheat. And it grows like grass. Just a little taller depending on how long you make your grass. I mean, some people like their grass really tall for hay, but it grows like wheat and like grass. And you're not supposed to weed it either. You just let it grow naturally. And then she's making it a little longer. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. We're learning. It's a homestead garden. I'm sure that in the 1800s they didn't care if it was crooked or straight. They probably just did it. My dog is trying to help. Willow! Say hi! Look it. Mom's got the seeds. And you can't even tell they're there. Hardly. There's little bitty seeds. Right there. And we got the last of the seeds out. And you just lightly cover it. You don't pack it down. You don't push it. You tap it a little just to get it set in the ground, but you don't just like that, just to get the ground set. But you don't want to push the seeds down because the weather will do the work for you. Gave we sowed, and God will give the increase. So with flax, it is a drought-resistant plant. So basically, you water it real good when you first put it in the ground, but then after that, you don't water it, and you just let God give the increase. You just let it do its thing. So this plant right here, it's got a couple bugs on it, but it's a sweet basil plant. This is good for like Italian seasonings for like pizza and spaghetti, and it smells really good. But what we do is we got the hole dug, and we're just going to plant it about container deep. And so I'm not gonna crush this soil up too much. I'm just going to crush it up a little bit so I know how high it needs to be. And then we're gonna cover it and pack it down and just let God do the rest. Afraid I'm going to pull the stems out. Piling it up. Ta-da! So as you can see in the background, we've got our 3 sheep back there. And Zia, our alpaca, Cusco, is in another pen by himself. And I've got my single buck goat, Bucky, in a pen of his own. We are currently trying to expand. As you can see, our dogs are helping us clean the sticks up. But right now, in my hand, I've got an oregano plant. I'm not sure what kind of oregano because the stick don't have it on it, so we're just guessing, but I know it's oregano. So we don't know how to plant it because there's no instructions, but we're just gonna do it like we did the basil and pot deep and cover it and pack it down and move on to the next one because it is starting to drizzle. So this plant that I have with me is a sweet mint plant. Good for soaps, you can eat them. I've heard people eat the leaves and they're good for making mint tea for when your stomach is upset or you've got a sore throat. So they say if you plant multiple of these, you want to keep them 24 inches apart because they will run. They're big plants, but again, container length deep. And yeah, let's get them in the ground. This smells so good. It does smell really good. I wish y'all could smell this. How this can smell so good. Put that right there. Yay! Yum! So this plant right here is another mint plant, except it's the spearmint plant, which is really good for soaps and it's good at repelling ticks and fleas. My mom, she is currently making a goat's milk soap that is a spearmint soap, that when I use it, I don't get a single tick on me throughout the whole year. It's really good for that. But we're gonna plant this same as everything else, container length deep, and we don't have the instructions for it. It don't even have a name on it, so we're hoping to God it's spearmint, but let's just get it in the ground. There was a worm in it.
That's good. And cover the bottom leaves on this side.
Ta-da! Okay, so this is the big plant. Already has some blooms on it. It's called the black adder. It's another name I don't know how to pronounce, and I don't want to sound stupid trying to pronounce it. So it is good for medicinal purposes. It attracts butterflies, and it detracts most animals that like to eat your plants. So we've got 2 of them. We're gonna plant them in separate spots, but let's get them in the ground. Okay, so this one is dill. It's dill teddy. It's good for making pickles, which we will be doing in another video here very shortly. And it's good to add to like potatoes, and very good to add to Chex Mix when you make it, which I want some. But I'm gonna get this in the ground so I can get me some Chex Mix. Okay, so this is another dill. It's called dill bouquet. This is ones that you really use when you're wanting to pickle or can. I know I said that one was good for pickling, but it's actually this one. That one's more good for like cooking and potatoes and stuff like that. This one's for pickling and canning and getting the seeds out of, which again we will be doing very soon. So I am going to plant these and get me some pickles. This right here is called a Nagilla plant. We've got 3 different kinds right now. The one I'm planting is a Persian jewel. I guess that's the color. I don't know much about this plant. We went to a nursery today to get some more lavender, and Mom found it and found out that it is medicinal. So she wanted to add it to our garden. So I got to do more research, but at the end of the video, I will be able to explain to you what it is and what it does. So this plant right here, that's so good. It's rosemary. So basically, same thing as everything else. Container length deep. And if you want to put more than one down, you want to put it 24 to 36 inches apart. So we are first time trying rosemary. So we're gonna try it out. Rosemary is good for lamb, and it's really good for like pork chops and stuff. It's a very strong flavor, and it's really good for soaps and teas. So let's get it planted, and this is actually the last one that we've got to plant today, but we are going to get more plants that are for medicinal purposes from our friends at Chandler Mountain Farm. They sell a ton of stuff along with soaps and wool. They have goats, and they also sell puppies from full-blooded bloodhound puppies. So go check them out, Chandler Mountain Farm on Facebook. And they also have a Etsy store, so go check them out. But let's get this planted. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking up the roots because it helps them to run into the ground a little better rather than stay in that packed form. But we're just covering it up and going to pack it down, spread it out just a little bit, and place our little tag on it. Okay, and that's got everything planted. Yay! For today. Okay, so today was not really a how-to video. It's just, I guess it's like a mix between a vlog and a how-to. Basically, we just planted a whole bunch of herbs and started a garden, and there's a little more to that garden, reason why it's a little more sentimental. Me and my husband currently are going through a miscarriage. We lost the baby at 5 weeks, and we lost it last Tuesday. So we are going to turn that into a garden for her. Her name is Hope Evelyn. So we're gonna have a whole sign up that says Hope's Garden and possibly a little bench and stuff like that. So that garden is gonna be a really big part of the farm. So I thought it would be a good idea to record us starting off planning and getting it started. We will be building a nice small fence around it. It's gonna look really pretty, and like I said, it's gonna be a big part of the farm. Even though she can't be with us right now, she is with us, and she'll be with us as the flowers grow. But I wasn't able to do the research on that certain flower. I can't remember the name of it. I had never heard of it before. Mom just saw it at the nursery and wanted to add it to the garden because it has good medicinal purposes. So I will look it up, and as soon as I look it up, it will be in the description below. Also, like and subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the bell to be notified for when we make new videos. And like us on Facebook, Sweetwater Ranch. It's Facebook. The URL is capital S, capital W, and ranch with a capital R. 19. That is the same for our Instagram as well. But here tomorrow, we are going to be making some soap, and I'm going to record it on a how to make homemade soap. Not sure which ones we're gonna do yet, but it's just gonna be a fun day, and we're gonna start getting into doing more videos. Hopefully twice a week. If not once a week, I will be making a video. If I can't do a how-to video, it'll be a vlog video. But I am putting myself back into the farm, and we are going to start getting things up and going again. If you would like to see more of our animals, we are going to have it on our Facebook page. And we are also currently selling some new baby rabbits. My Havana gave birth to 5 baby rabbits, and we have 2 baby rabbits left available to buy. They are $15 a piece, with a 50% deposit for us to hold them until they are ready. If you are interested in buying a rabbit or buying some of our soaps and want more information on our soaps, balms, salves, the different stuff that we make and sell, I will put our email, the Sweetwater Ranch email, in the description below so that you can find us and get your information. I hope that we can see you guys soon, but until then, good night from Sweetwater Ranch.